Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, and it is the full moon in Gemini tonight. Okay, here in Hawaii, it's going to be at 7:12 exactly. That's when the moon is exactly full. Okay, but yes, today is the day of the full moon, and for you guys on in the U.S. mainland, according to Pacific time, it will be tomorrow on December 12th at 12:12. So, so tomorrow, you know, a lot of you guys in the mainland, you'll be having that 12:12 code. For me, that kind of feels like a huge accident, or you know, that's a huge surrender, guys. A huge surrender. Okay, and not to mention that, you know, the full moon in Gemini is at 19 degrees. That's going to be at 7. And then come tomorrow, and I believe it is tomorrow night, I don't know what time, the moon will move into Cancer. So it almost feels like there could be something that's going to happen in the United States that, some kind of accident that brings a lot of sorrow. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why I'm getting that. Well, I do know why I'm getting that because they tell me. But anyway, so I've also noticed something else too, and this always happens. Freaking full moon in Gemini. It always acts like a Mercury retrograde with me. Like I'll have difficulties talking, and I'm already doing that because that accident I had the other day, where I got clawed in the mouth by my dog while playing, and she actually yanked the tooth out, and my tooth is now about like 1/8 of an inch lower than it was because she pulled it, and it pulled all my nerves. And boy howdy, my mouth was on fire for a couple of hours, and it actually got a couple of tears out of me. I'm pretty hard when it comes to physical pain. It's not that I don't feel it, but I have an immense amount of control. I'm a Scorpio, right? So we tend to ignore shit like that. We can handle. But anyways, that damn thing, when my tooth got yanked and it, you know, it pulled all the nerves in my mouth, it actually got 2 tears out of me, and I was like, damn, that shit hurts. Because normally I would just be like cussing and, you know, holding it in and just being angry about, damn it, I did it to myself again, fuck. Okay, so with the Gemini, there's a lot of things going on, like I was just saying about accidents, and then also too, forgetting things and remembering things, because I did, no, not remembering, but coming to know things. It's not something that you've forgotten. It's new information, or the release of new information or data, or a step. Something about a step. Some of you guys, somebody's going to miss a step and they're going to eat shit and get hurt. But also too, a mix-up. Also, that's part of the T-square that we have today. So anyways, I'll get to that in a second. But just so you guys know, we have an astounding number of 19s. Not only is the full moon at 19 degrees, but we also have... what do we have? We have the moon, and then of course the sun opposing, right? Then we have Venus conjuncting Saturn, which are both at 19 degrees. And then we have that T-square with Neptune and Pisces. So sun, moon, Venus, Saturn, and Neptune. Where did I get that third 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I lied. There's 5. See what I'm saying about that damn Mercury? I'm making mistakes, damn it. Okay, I know you'll forgive me though, because I'm not an astrologer, so. Anyways, and I also noticed today, when I started doing the numbers, I didn't even catch it at first. Not that I was turning a blind eye, but I was so wrapped up in other things, all the communication and noise and stimulus and information going through. I've been having the wrong day and date numbers on my astrology, so I was kind of tripping out. I'm like, wait a minute, that number's not right. We should have so many of this number. Okay, but anyways, the numbers for today are 11 and 17, and yes, I'm sure this time I double checked. Okay, so 11 is a manifestation portal for goals. It's also about goals, okay, because it equals 2. So 2 can be goals, planning, balance, partnership, intimacy, and it can also be decisions. Okay, the next number is 17. that is the number of the wish card, and I've been seeing 17 quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. So a lot of people's wishes are coming true. Okay, somebody's wishing for something, and okay, I'm hearing it's meant to last a lifetime. Okay, because 17 is, it's in relation to a relation. Could be a partnership, or your love relationship, or your children. With Gemini, it could be cousins, friends, neighbors, community, siblings, like brothers and sisters. Okay, and it doesn't necessarily mean blood. Okay, it can be chosen sisters, chosen family, chosen neighbors, your chosen community, it's friends, and also too, I believe it's cousins. Okay, these are the people. These are the people in your neighborhood. Funny. Okay, yes, they were telling me that. So the numbers 11, 17. 17 also equals 8, which is your ability to cope. It's 8th house. It's clarity, memory, recognition, judgment. Okay, and it's also, because a full moon is at 19, that's beginnings and endings, completion to a cycle, because it also equals 10. 10 is made up of 1 and 0. So this is growth on something new. For some of you guys, it's communication. For some of you guys, it's cars and vehicles. For some of you guys, it's travel. For some of you guys, it has to do with two people. Okay, could be twins, like Bobbsey twins, or two of a kind, not necessarily related, possibly chosen family, like best friends. Your mini-me can be the child, or this can be an actual Gemini who's having some kind of new start, because for the Geminis, it's in the first house. So something had to close out in between the time of the last full moon in Taurus in November 12th. So this, some of these guys have to, it has to be with, blah, blah, blah. See, I can't even talk. Freaking full moon in Gemini. Oh my God. Having something to do with something that you used to be comfortable with, you're no longer comfortable with, it's going, and now you're learning, you're studying, you're getting information. A lot of you guys are filling out paperwork, filling out forms. You got errands to run and things to do. It is the holiday shopping season, so it's no surprise. And I thought that today there would be more hustle and bustle, but we've got Neptune really, really active, and we just had the sun squaring Neptune. It is still squaring Neptune. In fact, that's part of the T-square. Moon in Gemini, Sun in Sagittarius, exiting through Neptune in Pisces at 15 degrees, but the Sun and the Moon are still at 19 degrees. Okay, so I forgot what I was talking about already because I'm talking too damn much. Let's get going with these cards. Additional transits, we have 5, number 19. So there's growth in a new area. And we also have 215. So that's transformation, okay? It's middle ground, common ground. It's expressing a change in boundaries, releasing a particular boundaries. For some of you guys, this was something that would have unnerved you or made you nervous or filled you with anxiety, and that's not happening anymore. It's just not. It's just you're over it. There's no reason to feel conflicted. And for others, you are beginning to feel conflicted because you might be in the middle of a lesson to some degree. Okay, so the next transit, of course, with the full moon, we have Sun opposing the moon. Now that can leave you insecure, and you may be conflicted, internal conflict, okay, and you may do something that's out of character and be like, why the hell did I do that? Okay, like me, I'm going, oh my God, I totally missed the numbers. I've been giving the wrong numbers for the last 2 days. Why the hell did I do that? You know, for some of you guys, it's forgetting something, or forgetting a piece, or a piece falling off, or something fracturing, losing a part, okay, losing a step, losing a piece. Okay, I want to say somebody's gonna put their foot through a step, have some kind of accident, and I want to say there could be injuries about the face with, let's see, Sagittarius. That could be hips, thighs, sciatic nerves. Gemini, your nerves. Okay, that's 2 for nerves already. Okay, Venus. She rules love, pleasure. So conjunct with Saturn, it's like a commitment to pleasure, commitment to pleasurable things, and also being obligated to what you love, taking responsibility for, taking care of the obligations, or eagerly accepting the obligation of something or someone. Also too, if there's something going on with work, and I almost guarantee you it is, you're probably busy with paperwork or talking to people or running errands, whatever it is you got to do. Sometimes you might be really busy and you might have to sacrifice a little bit of your love or your family life because you're busy or you're too damn tired. So let's see, what is that? Venus conjunct Saturn would be a strong sense of duty, conservative in picking love partners. Okay, and feelings of affection can sometimes be sublimated or sacrificed for personal ambition. And I got that the other day, where somebody's spending a lot of time at work, so they're exhausted when they come home. They can't really pay attention to the loved ones, but it's a busy time. Okay, not only is it a full moon, first off the bat, two, it's a full moon in Gemini, which is busy. Okay, so somebody's busy. Hopefully they cut you a break or they understand. This might be where, you know, you get woken up in the middle of the night, and that's always fun. The T-square, moving on. Exits through Neptune and Pisces. Okay, so Moon in Gemini, Sun in Sagittarius, and Neptune in Pisces. Trying to decide where you lie. A lot of you guys are really confused, nervous, and anxious, unsure of what to do. Okay, and then there's delusional. Somebody could be fooling themselves about their addictions. This really speaks about addictions and the pattern of addictions, and then the fact that somebody is recognizing that they need to stop doing something and that they need to start doing something else. They say when you have a T-square, it's like a decision has to be made. It's a forced decision. Your back's up against the wall. You've got to do something. And a lot of people just decide to remain confused. It may not be very clear. Things may be murky or things may be blurry. For some of you guys, you know, whatever that accident is may leave you with blurry vision. Some of you guys just can't see straight. You may be deciding to get shit-faced because you can't deal with it, and it is the holiday season, so you will notice an increase or an uptake in alcohol and drugs and other kind of addictions. You know, gambling and shopping. Oh my gosh, you know, every time the Black Friday TV would come on the commercial, I'd be like, honey, don't look at it, and you know, he'd be like. But it's on sale, and I'm trying to cover him. That kind of deal. Neptune and Pisces can also be very, very dreamy, but we have a square. Okay, so somebody can be really, really delusional, how do we say this? Like, let's take crystal meth. Okay, let's not. Just saying, if somebody is doing ice or crystal meth, they may be ignoring or turning a blind eye to the fact that they have a problem. They may be saying stuff like, you know, I can quit anytime I want, that kind of bullshit, or I can stop anytime I want, where they're so delusional. Okay, now also you could be hacked and you could be scammed, because with the Neptune and Pisces square, you are susceptible to treachery and deceit. Okay, so you might be having a hard time, you may be really tired, you may feel really worn, you may want a lot of quiet space, and you could be really, really sensitive, physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, for some of you guys, there could be some problems in love affairs that could erupt, okay, because somebody's delusional, or maybe both of you are, I don't know. But they say when it exits through a certain point, the fourth point is what you need to use what you need to go to for a solution. Okay, so exactly opposite of Pisces is Virgo. So that tells me you either need to get busy and do something physical to burn off that mind energy. Virgo is practical and helpful. Virgo is analysis paralysis also. So you may be drinking to keep from spinning when the answer is you need to feel it to heal it. So a lot of people are in denial of their real emotions, and some of them can't even pinpoint what is making them feel that way yet. Okay, so this could be a real issue, because this could be bitchy. This could be bitchy, tetchy, kind of eclectic. Somebody could be making something up. Wait a minute. The accident. Drunk driving. So this could be some court cases, because we're still in Sun in Sagittarius. This could be about court cases involving driving under the influence. Might be coming up to complete, or paperwork, maybe warrants are issued, or somebody's been served, or there's been a sentence, and now they're traveling to jail, or maybe they're being what is that when another state wants you, and they send you, they pass you around like a bitch to pay for all your mistakes, basically. Okay, so there's all kinds of things happening here. Oh yeah, look at that first card, community. Okay, not wanting to be out in public, but kind of feeling private, wanting to be by yourself. You're really not interested in talking to a lot of people. So this could be somebody who's experiencing the nervousness or the anxiety part of the full moon in Gemini. Yeah, so I was telling my friend too, there isn't a lot of people here. I wonder why. But there is a lot of people filing paperwork and running errands. So why would they be here? They would be all in town where, all the legal and state and court and justice, all those information offices would be, they're all in Hilo, not in Pahoa. So that's kind of why there's less people here. I mean, it's busy, but I thought it would be more packed, but I forgot about the Neptune and Pisces deal, and that makes people tired. If you've got something in your 12th house, you're tired. You could be needing more sleep. You could be partying too much. You could be just wanting more quiet space because there's too much noise. Let me cover a little bit more with the full moon in Gemini. Boy, they're just not giving me shit, huh? Okay, so for the shadow side, full moon in Gemini can be disorganized, inconsistent, superficial, cunning, manipulative, flighty, indecisive, restless, frivolous, high-strung, unhappy, and irritable. And additional channelings: car accidents, habits, schedule, patterns of information, being in formation, in great form, in form, or it could be forms as in paperwork, or puts together, or structures, yeah? Structured, informer, informants, informed, informs. Road rage, speeding, using a car as a weapon. Alrighty, where was I? Road rage, speeding, using a car as a weapon, like driving it into somewhere or blowing it up. Carjacking, car pile up. 21. Last time I had 10 car pile up and then 21 car pile up last month when I came to the moon in Gemini. Okay, so with Gemini, I also had major explosion, fuses and wiring, gossip and static, nerves, habits, and patterns, daily errands, rumors, anxiety, talking, science, electrons and photons, and I think laser beams too. But with my full moon in Gemini, I had a couple of extra things there too that I'd forgotten about. So the last full moon in Gemini that I did was December 11th. So with the full moon, as always, you want to look to the previous new moon, which was back on June 3rd. And then you want to also look with the at the last new moon, which was the new moon in Sagittarius on excuse me, November 26th. Okay, so those, what was happening around those two times has everything to do with this full moon in Gemini. So look to those two to get a clue and find out what the related themes are. Okay, so full moon in Gemini, knowledge and ideas, expressing yourself. It could be information overload and stimulus overload. Also, a message of unconditional love. Informants like narcs and whistleblowers. Teachers, writers, speakers, students. Ways and ideas of teaching or learning theories and concepts. Evidence, testimony, witnesses, classifications, studies, data, facts. Compartmentalizing, steps. Communication, as in speech, speaking, or travel. Knowledge and intelligence, also as in life forms, yeah, like alien life forms. Oh, and Men in Black and NSA. I also got channeled the other day. And twins and mini-me's, you know, somebody who's similar, and like I said, you know, neighbor, best friends, daughter, cousin, sister, chosen family, chosen brothers and sisters. Okay, sorry, where was I? Twins and mini-me's attached at the hip. I want to say the buddy system. I was getting my buddy, wherever I go, he goes. So this can be an animal too. You know, if you have a cat or dog or horse. I'm not sure what animal the Gemini is. Oh, and also this full moon can be funny because we are in Sun and Sagittarius. That is the sarcastic comic. And Gemini, lively, witty, amusing, so kind of freaking funny. And my girlfriend, hi, Kama, she gave me this phrase the other day, and I was freaking laughing my fucking ass off, okay? The phrase is Uncle Daddy. And now I've begun using it, and I introduced that to a couple of other people, and oh my god, I laughed and laughed and laughed. I laughed about it this morning with her too. I mean, so full moon in Gemini, Uncle Daddy. It could also mean that somebody's taking on a duality, okay, a dual role, R-O-L-E, a dual character. It could be two-faced. It could be two-sided. Oh, and also too, I was getting 3. Okay, now 3, I usually get 3 and triangles and, you know, trines with, I believe it's Uranus. Okay, and for some reason, the 2 in 2s and 3s is coming out strong. So it's been a while since I was getting that, but I was getting 2 to 3 or 2 and 3. So it could be 23. It could also be 5. Boy, they are just not cooperating, are they? Let's see if maybe I have something else I'm supposed to tell you. I don't know, let's see. Oh, okay, so with Gemini, that's what I was supposed to tell you. I was saying I didn't know which parts it affects. It's right here in my full moon report. Okay, so with Gemini, it could be accidents with the hands, the arms, the shoulders, and you could be having irritations with your lungs, like bronchitis, respiratory ailments, asthma, allergies. You could be susceptible to straining yourself and accidents involving the arms and the hands. Also the mouth and the nervous system. And then what did I say about Sagittarius? Sag was sciatic nerves and thighs. And then let's see what okay, Sun and Sag, Moon, so I already told you Venus, yeah, and then Saturn was like teeth and the father. Some of you guys are beginning a new role with your father, okay? For some of the population, either you visited your father or your father came and visited you, and you guys are kind of hanging out and trying on this new role. It might have been a while, so they might have this old projection of you or this old picture. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Clarify thief. The reason why I said look at that, 9 of Cups. This is being sated, a wish fulfilled, feeling satisfied. Okay, so you may not want to deal with a lot of people right now. The only way that you're going to get to relax and feel happy is in the confines of your own home or spending time alone. Let's clarify thief. Okay, I'm going to keep rolling these cards out and then I'll explain them. Let me just take this all in. Clarify thief, please. I said clarify thief. Thief, please. Clarify thief. Drop right here, please. Thank you. Clarify sudden wealth. Clarify sudden wealth, please. Right here. This would be reverse. This is mostly upright, and this is upright. Clarify male, female. Okay, mommy and me. Clarify mature woman. Okay, so you may be wishing for peace and quiet, and you may be able to get it. Okay, 9 of Cups, like I says, happiness, fulfillment, and old wishes being granted. For some of you guys, you may have wanted out of a particular group. For some of you guys, you may have wanted to get out of the matrix. I want to say when we had the new moon in Gemini, that was back on... When did I say it was? The new moon in Gemini was back in June. Okay, Gemini is communication, information, studying, and learning. And it is the 3rd house. So I kind of equate it to information and data and classification and books via the Akashic records, which is the energetic field full of information surrounding us. Okay, so some of you guys may have wished to get out of the matrix. Some of you guys may be doing some astral traveling, and some of you guys may be having some weird dreams where like the information is weird, like I don't know, you're dreaming about 2 bears and a border collie and a husky that you've never seen before on somebody's deck. And you've never been to their house. They don't even have those animals. You've never even seen that dog before, kind of deal. So there's some of you guys may be coming across some strange information. Now, it may not necessarily mean something to you in the waking world or in the real world but it may be words or communication meant to trigger something. And a lot of you guys, believe me, a lot of you guys are triggered right now. Okay, so you may want to stay away from people. And for some of you guys, you've exited the matrix. Okay, congratulations, you've done your work. Now you will start noticing the patterns and the synchronicities. Welcome to my world. Okay, so thief and sudden wealth. The fact that thief is behind sudden wealth means that you may have suffered a great loss that you're not going to recover. For some of you guys, this is real estate. This may be a house. This may be a personal possession. For some of you, this is a this is a young female. For some of you guys, it's your daughter breaking an attachment with you. Somebody may have moved out. And some of you may be left with emptiness syndrome. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles, we have clarifying thief. 8 of Pentacles, obsessed. Details. Skills. You know, guys, the nervousness may have been taken over. Okay, and you may be, I want to say, a little foggy in the memory too. So you may have forgotten something and you may need to brush up. So you feel like, damn it, why can't I do this anymore? Why did I forget? Why am I forgetting? And for some of you guys, it's in the physical plane that you're not being allowed to do something or not being allowed to have something until you do more work. Because there's some details that you definitely have to attend to. Some of it is that you guys have to learn not to criticize yourself. Okay, don't beat yourself up too much. Accept it. You've made mistakes. And now you need to work on yourself and loving yourself and nurturing that child within yourself in order to move forward. Okay, some of you guys may have just been thrown in this spiral that something was taken away from you and you feel like the victim, like you suffered a huge loss. Okay, you got to realize you're not the victim. You are in control. You inadvertently created this by default. Okay, so now is a time when you start learning and practicing how to be consciously aware. Some of you guys may be doing a little bit of research. You were victimized. I want to say habitual. You were habitually victimized, so there may be, like, some of you guys can be getting a lot of phone calls about your car warranty, that kind of deal. Somebody may have been overcharged, excessive. Okay, sorry about that. And I was also getting a clean sweep. So for some of you guys, you may have had to stand alone on something in order to retrieve something back or to get something that was rightfully yours. So it could be somebody else that feels robbed. I want to say it's been in the making. It's been decided. It was just a matter of time. Somebody repetitively wished to get something back. Somebody repetitively wished to recoup. Okay, so it looks like they may have recouped it, but the other person that it was recouped from feels victimized. Okay, so there's two parts to the collective. There are those that are being taken away from and they're not going to recover. Okay, and then there are those that are recovering what was once a loss. So this looks like somebody had stuck to they could possibly be sticking to the idea that they're a victim, okay? And that's definitely that T-square. They're not seeing the bigger picture. They just feel like, why are you doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? Yeah. This is some kind of severance or split in twos, divided. A divided share. a fraction of the share. Five of Discs and Five of Wands. It's no surprise that the fives come out, because that is about making changes, right? It's also about fences and the bottom line, where we stand, boundaries and walls and blocks. It looks like somebody had worked on themselves in order to recoup this loss. Or the person who is experiencing the loss right now, they need to do some work on themselves. They need to realize they can't, they need to stop stressing, for one. Okay, and for two, you need to stop feeling so depressed and defeated. Everything happens for a reason. So if this happens, you need to figure out what the lesson is that you need to learn in order to progress and move forward and recoup. Because right now, you're not going anywhere until you get to work. Okay, and for others that are recouping what they once lost, this, you have been building up your skill. You have been slowly learning and probably obsessed about how to cope with things. So this talks about tools and resources to cope with loss. Okay, one of the first things that you learned was not to kick yourself. Okay, you had to love yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. It's for a reason, it's for a lesson, it's for a purpose. And when you can recognize that and develop the tools to cope with that, you can move forward. So somebody has. They develop the tools, so they're not looking at themselves with the victim. They're not projecting on anybody. They're not blaming anybody. And they're also not being fearful, because they know if they keep working at it and keep working at it, then what is theirs will always be theirs and will always come back to them, so long as they're at the right vibration, right? So that means being positive. So somebody here is now beginning to look up, okay? And for others, they need to realize that they have to, you know, they have to work on themselves in order for things to start looking up. Sudden wealth. This can be about goals. This is a huge chunk of energy. It can be money, can be attention, time, love, ideas, or actual physical possessions. Okay, it can be money. It is the 777 card. Okay, in an 11. So somebody is getting some kind of windfall. Okay, sudden wealth. I feel like associated with this, it's somewhere over $100, but less than $10,000. It's kind of like, you know, because there's 3 or 4 money cards in here, so this feels like at least 1,000 or somewhere in there. You know, it could be 1,000 minutes of your time. It could be 1,000 stolen glances. It could be a clean sweep where you win something. Okay, for some people, it's winning somebody's heart. For others, it's winning the argument. For others, it's vindication. Finally getting the spoils. So, Hermit. For some of you guys, somebody who's won the lottery, they made a clean sweep. There's every bit of the indication that they're going to hide away. They're going to hide away and they're going to stay isolated. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so for some of you guys, this loss may have you spinning, and you're going to have to get past that. If you get caught in that perpetual spiral, it can spiral you downwards. You have to realize that everything happens for a reason. Okay, so get a grip on yourself. Get a hold of yourself and know that your life is not over. Okay, this is a chance to begin again and to correct something. So, if you've made a mistake, own up to your responsibilities and take care of that shit, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, 10 of Pentacles, as long as you're doing the right thing, as long as you're attempting to master yourself, as long as you're attempting to see exactly what is happening and you're not feeling like the victim, okay? You can't go to that victim mentality. You have to take responsibility for the role that you created. There are consequences. Okay, so this may be, you may be suffering consequences. Okay, either way, the person who suffered the great loss, if you're doing your work, you will be protected and nurtured and supported by people and friends and family around you, as well as the universe. And for those of you who didn't even go there, you're like, all right, no big deal. They'll get the karma. Maybe they needed it more than me. Okay, you know what? Never mind. The universe will handle it. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm not going to cry about what's been done to me, because there is a reason. You already know that there's a rhyme and reason, especially those who have exited the matrix. You've exited the matrix because you've conquered yourself. Okay, so in case you didn't know it, besides tonight being the full moon in Gemini, tomorrow we have Chiron going direct in Aries, okay, at 1 degree. Okay, what that means is you're beginning to be more authentic, okay? You've become more aligned with who you truly are. That's what exiting the matrix is. It's a detoxification and purifying of the soul, okay? Anything, you were bred to literally fuck yourself, okay? So in the last couple of years, or maybe, you know, for majority of your life, if you've been having trouble, we've been learning how to unfuck ourselves, okay? And when you can exit the matrix, that's unfucking yourself, and you will be protected. Your spirit guides will protect you. All you have to do is look within, okay? And try not to kick yourself in the butt too much. You can't shoulda, woulda, coulda. Never should on yourself. All you can do is pick up the pieces and move forward from here, even though a big piece may be missing, whatever it is. I mean, could be a body part, could be property, could be actual real estate, could be a person, could be an animal. Okay, next one, house. House is number 20, also a 2, but it talks about a new kind of comfort. Look at that. The Hierophant is reversed, okay? That would be Uranus in Taurus. Having to be settling into changes that are unsettling. Okay, for some of you guys, feeling unsettled about something that has been settled. Okay, and that can speak to any kind of court cases or litigation or legal matters, especially those that involve paperwork. Chariot. Some of you guys, this has to do with the vehicle. This is a North Node. North Node and Uranus. Why is North Node and Uranus catching my eye? Hold on, let me check out my North Node and Uranus. North Node. North Node and Uranus. I know that there's Jupiter and Uranus sextiling next week. But this is Cancer. Oh, Jupiter and Uranus sextiling next week. That would be, I want to say, the luck of the draw. This could be a lucky strike, an opportunity to expand suddenly. It could be sudden fame, or sudden notoriety, or sudden infamy. Because we've got Saturn in the mix too, so that can be a scandal. Beginning and ending of a scandal. Paperwork filed, charges filed, a scandal about an accident, formation. Why do you do that? Explain yourself. So somebody might have some explaining to do. So it could be like filling out an affidavit or a witness form, or just basically being asked information. So some of you guys may have to be reporting something. I don't know if it's reporting income, reporting assets, reporting your whereabouts, reporting, there's paperwork that you have to sign or turn in or create. So that also talks about contracts, agreements, and promises. For some of you guys, you're going to the big house. You're not going home. You're just going to have to get comfortable with that, you know, accept your consequences. The Hierophant is the teacher and the student. So some of you guys are getting comfortable with a new situation, a new belief that you've recently started. Some of you guys may have slowly grown uncomfortable with a particular situation that has been stubborn, or a particular habit. So this also speaks about habits and paradigms. Shifting, turning the paradigms upside down. Some of you guys are really being brave and dealing with something that you've been highly uncomfortable with. Okay, it is not what you wish for. It is not the direction you wanted to be. This is not your North Star. So a lot of you guys, you can be obsessing and spinning on a great loss that you're having, and you're letting it throw you off track. You may be spending too much time playing the victim or feeling like the victim. It is taking away energy from your manifestations. Therefore, you're being knocked off your path. So it's kind of like a delay. Somebody's being delayed until they get more comfortable and make something a habit. So definitely something new, a new discomfort. Some of you guys could have had to sell your car, or there could have been an accident, or there's going to be an accident where you lose your vehicle. Cancer can also be your home and family. Some of you guys could lose the matriarch, the mama in the family. Some of you guys, someone's never coming home. I'm getting disappeared, like it could have been a child disappeared. So this can also speak about the kidnappings, young women and children disappearing, you know, or the child could be a Taurus or a Cancer. Missing from the home when they're a creature of habit. So somebody who's generally pretty steady and reliable may suddenly change. So they may do something out of character, or they may start doing something in order to shake up their routines and not go back to the same, not headed in the same direction. So for some of you guys, you are changing your life. Removing yourself from a particular situation, stopping a behavior. You're being forced to stop a behavior. So there's a sense of uneasiness. Interesting. Okay, and then we have in full moon in Gemini fashion, we have the main female and mature woman. Okay, so to me, the main female and the mature woman together, like I was saying, you know, 2 or 3. The main female is number 2. So to me, this would be somebody who promotes harmony and togetherness. This can be the daughter. It is usually the main female in the reading. If you're female, this is about you. This could be you and your mother. Or you might be the mature woman, and this might be your daughter, okay? Or that kind of figure. It could be your stepdaughter, can be your chosen mother, you know, what do they call that in the mainland? Calabash. Here they call that Hanai. So this is chosen family. So can be, this female can be of any age. But I want to say under 50. And then this mature woman can be 40 and over. Okay. It kind of crosses. The age is irrelevant, but there is a little bit of an age difference. So it can be mommy and me. It can be sisters, best friends, auntie, neighbors, family, cousins. This could be hanging out with somebody. 2 of Cups. Union. Early emotional love and partnership. So these people have a history together. Okay. And they also have a present together. They're present together. So this is a pair. And that's part of, something that's new. This new, I want to say new generation. So it's a regeneration of a bond. Queen of Wands can be the other woman, but this can also be inspiring and uplifting. Somebody who teaches through sharing. They create inspiration. This is like the muse. You inspire me. Okay, I'm hearing you light up my life. So this can be the daughter to the mom, because I feel like they're so much alike. They have that same sparkle. They might look similar or might act similar, but this is like the child to the mother. You light up my life. You're so awesome. Four of Cups and Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now, bringing something up again from deep emotional roots. This is resurrection, but it's also luxury, and it's also not being satisfied. Okay, so somebody here has taken on additional responsibility. They're committed, but they need a little bit of help. There could be a question as to, can I handle this financially? Can I handle this emotionally? Can I handle this energetically? So for those of you who have recouped, this is like the second go around, something coming back to you for a second chance to do things right, and you're questioning yourself, can you handle it? Okay. For some of you guys, oh, okay, 10 of Wands. Can I handle being committed to this child, to this situation, to this expansion of the family, to the expansion of my heart and mind and soul and brain? I'm hearing the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Okay, so wind, it may be a Gemini that you're dealing with. It may be a Libra. It may be an Aquarius. All three may be involved. The child may be that. They could have a sun, moon, or rising in Aquarius. The answer is blowing in the wind, meaning it's all around you. For those of you who have exited, the matrix, and you're deep in the Akashic records, you know that you just have to be patient and wait. There is no sense of being impatient. Maybe before you lost this possession or person or place or thing because you were wanting to force things, but now you're not going to force anything. You're not forcing anything. You have no frustration. You have no fear. You have no anxieties. You know that everything is perfect exactly as it's supposed to be. And it looks like you're committed to this relationship. You're committed to making it work and making it grow. So congratulations to you for getting your mojo back. Can we get a final conclusion, please? Look at that. Hidden in the deck. Okay, so somebody may pull this out of their butt. Poverty. Okay, poverty is barely being able to meet the basic needs. It's a 37 though. So it's like you may be telling, oh, that's right in line with here. Worried if you can handle. Okay, you can handle it. You're not sure if you can handle it, but you're going to do it anyways. You're committed. Okay, so I'm looking at this picture, and usually they bring my eyes to the cat. Today, they're bringing me to his stick. Now, I think this is the kind of stick, like, when blind people, when they're walking around, they just kind of tap to make sure, they're not going to trip over themselves or whatever. So this is kind of, somebody's feeling their way. They're flying blind. So this makes me feel like somebody's got the utmost faith in the situation, not necessarily in themselves. You just got to believe, This sun is sad. You got to believe. Believe that you can. What is that? Thomas the Train. I think I can. I think I can. No. The correct phrase is, I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. Okay, so it feels like somebody's going to pull a magic rabbit out of their hat. Okay, this is an end to loss. This is an end. Oh, look at that. This is an end. Oh, this is an end to being completely broke and realizing that you're not destitute. You have everything you want, and you have the power and the capacity and the manifestation prowess to get what you want, okay? But you know exactly what you have to do. Somebody's going to have to file some paperwork in regards to a dependent, or something is depending upon some paperwork. So you may be requesting help, maybe financially from somebody, possibly from the state, or through some kind of, you're trying to get aid, filling out paperwork or forms in order to get aid for this dependent, or for something you've taken on the responsibility for. This is getting help. Look at that. It's a number 11. It's all about goals too. So justice and justice. For some of you guys, this is rags to riches. You get that contract that you've always dreamed of. For others, you're going to get your partner who is marriage minded. Look at that. Somebody's putting a crown on you. You're my queen. You belong with me. I accept you. I will take care of you. So for some of you guys, you are benefiting through a partner. For some of you guys, it's benefiting through a Libra, or the Libra benefiting from somebody who is treating them, giving them the royal treatment. So somebody's begun. Oh, this is the crumbs to the royal treatment. Guys, yesterday I had that reading and I titled it I think it was yesterday, from liability to asset. Okay, where once you really had nothing and nothing was secure, now you've got the girl, the gold watch, and everything. Okay, this is somebody who's marriage minded. This is family oriented, wanting to facing the destiny. Okay, so this may be recent that you may have realized that somebody is completely devoted to you. They may have asked you to marry them, and you're just kind of waiting. You're waiting till the time is right because you don't want to settle. You want to settle down. So this person is telling you, I want to settle down with you. Wow. That's beautiful. That is a definite, I want to grow old with you. Okay, and that includes you and your dog, or you and your children, you and your family. Because really, you get married to somebody, yes, you're accepting that person in the family, but you're also accepting their entire family, along with the crazy cat lady auntie and her 56 cats. That's still your family. Okay, so you gotta know what a marriage entails. If that person has a child, you now become Uncle Daddy. Okay, or Auntie Mommy, whatever it is. That one's for you again, comma. That kind of deal. Acceptance of a new role. And saying, I do want this. I absolutely want this. Solid gold, guaranteed. So it almost feels like you are receiving the guarantee of security within a particular relationship or partnership or promise or agreement or contract. Ooh, this could also be a security agreement. A security agreement. Mercury. Hacking. The Neptune and Pisces, somebody's getting hacked. You guys check your Facebook, check your bank statements, make sure you have all your cards, additional charges. If you guys don't already have it, if you guys have like credit cards or debit cards or whatever, and you have the on the website of the owners of the card, it gives you the option to be notified via text message whenever something's being spent. I recommend that you check that because there's a high incidence of hacking and double charging. So keep an eye on your wallet, an eye on your credit card, and an eye on your personal information. Hold on, guys. Okay, so the 3 cards I came up with is career transition. Archangel Chamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So you may have been comfortable in an old job, and you may have been pushed into another one that you're not sure you're comfortable with, or you accepted one that you're not sure you can do. Guys, this is moving you to something better. I mean, you're going to surprise yourself. So have confidence in your abilities. You wouldn't have been put there if the universe didn't think that you belong there. Okay, either that or you've been moved because you need to learn a particular lesson. Okay, well, there's always a lesson. There's a lesson in everything. Wait, I'm getting, mm, damn it, it's Paul McCartney. I can't grasp it. I just heard it in my head with the, we learn to live and we learn to give each other what we need to survive. Together alive, ebony and ivory, live together in perfect harmony. So there's also ebony and ivory. That's also the black and the white and the gray area in the middle, which would be Sagittarius. Yeah. So this could be more tailored to your skills, or you could be learning a new skills that's kind of related to what you were doing but different, or it could be completely different. But you know, in any ways, whenever there's a change like that, you always have to view it as a blessing and come from a positive aspect. Indigo and crystal children, a lot of you light workers have been going through a lot of shifts and a lot of changes. Your goal is to ascend to your highest point, right? Peace and love for yourself and for everyone. Okay, so indigo and crystal children, Sagittarius season is also star seeds. Okay. Archangel Metatron, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So some of you guys who are receiving this child back, this one is special. Okay. They're brilliant. They're intelligent. They're so smart, consciously aware. Okay. And then you feed them your knowledge. These guys, these kids, I swear nowadays are smarter than you. You know why? Because they're star seeds. They're the product of you, a product of the universe. You helped to create this. You helped to build this, and they're going to take off and be smarter, stronger, better, and wiser than you. And you know, honestly, isn't that what we want for all of our children? They're supposed to be smarter than us, better than us. The thing is, nowadays, they're being born like that. Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Okay, so for a lot of you guys who are being forced to change something or had something wrenched from you, taken from you, or if you've been pushed out of something, this is a time to really nurture yourself, okay? There are people around you who are willing to support you and nurture you in your time of need. And so long as you're not playing the victim and taking responsibility for your actions and owning your shit, you will be guided and comforted by your supporters. Okay, because everybody has somebody that supports them, even if it's not human. It could be a chipmunk that comes down out of the tree and comes to eat out of your dog food bowl every day. I mean, just saying, there's spirits everywhere and energy everywhere. Now, I also want to draw, since I'm already over an hour, I want to draw one of these Hawaiian Healing Intentions cards. Let's try this way. There it is. Okay, look at that. It's the number 19, beginnings and endings. Okay. Kaukahi, perseverance, standing alone. I think I said that earlier about standing alone or wanting to be by yourself. Okay. Perseverance is the number 19. I already told you guys what 19 was about, right? It is the number of the day, guys. My intention is to be a sacred, unwavering bridge between my soul's purpose and the actualization of my dreams. Perseverance is often thought of as a personality trait associated with the ability to suffer through. Okay, the ability to suffer through, your ability to cope would be the 8th house, Scorpio. And I did say that earlier, tools and resources, yeah? Perseverance is also the bridge between your soul's calling and the actualization of your dreams. By aligning with the infinite energy of your soul and the passion of your heart, You will gain the strength to stand alone in your vision and push forward despite resistance or obstacles. Okay, so you know what this is telling you? It's telling you to keep going. Okay, guys, so keep going. You're almost there. Breathe, take a rest when you need to, and always remember that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Love you guys. Take care.